What's up, guys? Alvaro here, and welcome to the bilingual stock market channel again. Let's go ahead and talk about some stocks and about what happened today in the markets. And today we had a very weird day in the markets. Guys, the markets went up today. So that rarely ever happens. The markets go down, we always go down. The markets never go up. But today the markets went up and we had a green day across the board led by the financial sector. That is interesting, guys. The second most important sector inside the S&P 500. This morning, Mr. Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan, said that the storm clouds over the US economy may dissipate, and that was the spark that ignited the rally that we saw today. So the Russell 2000 went up 1.10%, the Nasdaq goes up 1.59%, the Dow goes up 1.98%, and the S&P 500 went up today 1.86%. And mind you guys, this might be a historical week in the market. So listen up. The Dow Jones, as of now, has been accumulating 8 consecutive weeks going down. If the Dow happens to finish this week in the red, this is going to be a brand new record because the Dow Jones haven't seen such a negative consecutive decline from a weekly perspective since 1932. So if the Dow goes down this week, that's it, brand new record. And in the case of the S&P 500, the S&P has gone down for 7 consecutive weeks in a row. If the S&P happens to go down this week as well, then it is going to be matching the current record when it comes to a weekly consecutive loss. So this might be a historical week from a negative standpoint. And let's see what happens throughout this week. Keep in mind that on Wednesday at 2 p.m. we have the Fed minutes. That's a document that the Federal Reserve is going to release. The markets as of now have already priced in 250 basis point hikes in June and July as well. So that's already priced in. We can make the case that if the Fed minutes happen to state that is going to be the most likely outcome out of the next two Federal Open Market Committees, that the markets might welcome that confirmation, in a positive way, and maybe that is going to allow the rally that we are seeing as of now, to keep on running. However, if the tone of that document happens to be very negative, then you can be sure that we are very likely to keep on going lower. Crude oil goes up today 0.40%, closes the trading session at $110.72. Gold goes up 0.53%. Silver goes up 0.40%. The 10-year Treasury yield went up. You guys know that for the most part, the 10-year Treasury yield is correlated. For the most part, that hasn't been the case throughout this year, but usually the 10-year Treasury yield is correlated with the financial sector. So both went up today, but you know that the 10-year Treasury yield, or TNX for that matter, is the worst enemy of the bulls as of now. If we want to see a sustainable rally, a sustainable bear market rally, or whatever you guys want to call it, we need to see the 10-year Treasury yield pulling back and maybe paying a visit down to 2.5% or maybe 2.2%. The VIX went down today 3.23% until the U.S. Treasury bond, the U.S. 20-year Treasury bond ended up going down today because obviously the 10-year Treasury yield went up today. So this is something concerning for the bulls. We need to see that for a sustainable rally, in order to keep on running as of now, we need to see the 10-year Treasury yield go down as along with the Dixie, the U.S. dollar. When it comes to the most interesting earnings that are going to be posted this week, we have tomorrow Best Buy. That's before open. I went to one of the stores that we have of Best Buy here in North Carolina today. It was, I mean, there wasn't a lot of people over there. No one was buying. No one was buying anything. In the press conferences of Target and Walmart, we heard about inventories that are piling up. So I think that this company is a strong candidate in order to go down tomorrow. We're going to go over Best Buy in this video. We also have AutoZone. This is going to be before open. And we also have Dole. This is going to be an interesting report that also comes out tomorrow before open. After close, we have Nordstrom, we have Intuit, and we have Toll Brothers. Interesting report as well, because you guys know that all of the home builders have gotten absolutely killed on concerns about a possible recession in the US, on concerns about interest rates going higher. So I think that, Toll Brothers should be a strong candidate for puts tomorrow before the trading session closes. Then on Wednesday, we have Dick's Sporting Goods, we have Express. You know that all of the retails have gotten absolutely killed. Then we have BMO. This is an interesting bank. By the way, BMO is a bank that deals a lot, guys, with, car loans and truck loans and stuff like that. So this might be another candidate, for puts, because we have seen inventories that are piling up also mostly when it comes to used cars. If you guys go to a CarMax lot or any other dealership that sells used cars, you're going to be able to tell that they are not selling a lot of used cars as of now, right? So BMO might be another candidate for put. Then after close, the most important report by far throughout this week, Nvidia. After close, and we have a Snowflake, another stock that has gotten absolutely killed. Then on Thursday, we have Alibaba. This Alibaba, or Baba in this case, guys, is going to work, like some sort of gauge when it comes to the Chinese economy. You guys know that this absurd policy that the Chinese are applying as of now in China. They find 2 people with COVID-19 and they shut down an entire city or region for 3 weeks. So let's see what Baba says when it comes to revenue, guidance, and so forth. This is going to be an interesting report. China-wise, we also have Macy's, Dollar Tree, Dollar General. The same situation, guys. Everything retail related has been getting killed. We also have Baidu. Before open and after close, the second most important report throughout the week, Casco. Target got killed. Walmart got killed. Obviously, Casco, was punished by the markets, taking into account the earnings reports of Target and also Walmart. So now the question is, if Casco happens to post a weak guidance, is it going to go even lower, or maybe already the markets discounted, already priced in, a bad report of Casco? We will see what happens on Thursday after close. We also have Autodesk. We also have Ulta, Dell, Gap, Workday, American Eagle. So a very interesting week in terms of earnings reports. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the sectors of the markets. And finally, guys, at last, the financial sector told the markets that they are alive. So financials were the best performing sector today, going up 3.25%. The tech sector went up 2.30%. And mind you, guys, all of the sectors closed today in the green. However, we saw a bunch of weakness when it comes to consumer discretionary. Obviously, Amazon, Target, those stocks are very heavy stocks inside the consumer discretionary sector, and also Tesla. Tesla closed today in the green, just by a bit. And with these 3 stocks, underperforming in general terms, then we are still going to see a bunch of weakness when it comes to consumer discretionary. If we take a look at the advances and declines distribution of today's trading session, today we had 4,556 stocks going up and 2,928 stocks going down. When it comes to the trades that I closed in today's trading session, let me show you this. This is my Patreon, guys. So obviously it is written in Spanish. You don't understand anything, but let me tell you the trade that I closed in today's trading session. Tesla, guys, take a look. On February 24th, I sold a covered call, the $1,200 call that expires in September of next year. And since Tesla has been getting killed, guys, I decided to buy back this cover call today's this cover call today, and I ended up locking in a profit of $2,057. And I also closed. I also bought back 7 cover calls that I sold last Friday on Neo. I ended up making over there $105. And lastly, I locked in the profit with 2 call options of Apple, as you guys can see over here, that I purchased last Thursday and that I closed today, making something like there was a $230 profit. So in summary, I ended up making today $2,392. Very solid day for me. S&P 500 goes up today 1.86% and closes today's trading session at 3,973 points. I am going to pull up here the 5-day, 5-minute chart and take a look, guys, at how the bulls failed right at 3,980 points on 2 occasions. So in the most immediate term, the most important task for the bulls of the S&P is going to be taking on this area of resistance, 3,980 points. I am going to pull up here a 4-hour chart. And mind you, guys, full disclosure, I own SPY puts. I am bearish on the markets as of now. We might see some sort of bear market rally or relief rally or whatever you guys want to call it. However, the S&P 500 is guilty until proven innocent. Clear downtrend. You guys can see over here a clear downtrending channel. We have declining moving averages, 200-day moving average, 100-day moving average, 180 SMA, 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart. So until and unless the bulls can take on 4,080 points, 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart, and previous resistance back from May 16 and also back from May 6th, the S&P 500 is very likely to keep on going lower, guys. This chart is absolutely broken from a technical standpoint. The sellers are in absolute control of the S&P, so I am bearish. I own puts, SPY puts, and mind you, I purchased a very expensive call option on Tesla last Friday, so I needed, hedge against that position, and that's why I am going to keep on holding my puts. So in the most immediate term, the bulls need to take on 3,980 points, and let's see if the bulls can, have a decent rally throughout this week, so they can prevent the S&P 500 from matching its historical weekly or consecutive weekly decline at 8 weeks. Last Friday, something very but very negative occurred from a technical standpoint. Before I go over the Nasdaq 100, last Friday the S&P 500 entered into a bear market, and why? Well, because the S&P broke 3,850 points to the downside. Then the bulls ended up finding support at 3,810 points, and then we saw a massive rally into the closing bell because, the market makers were killing put options because we had options expiration last Friday. But since the bulls, didn't fight at all at 3,850 points, and the bears, took out this level, no problem. That is a very, very negative technical sign, and that's a reason why I am holding. That's the main reason why I am holding puts of the S&P 500 through puts of the SPY. The S&P closed today's trading session. Let me see, 18% of the highs, well in correction territory. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the NDX, Nasdaq 100. The NDX went up today 1.88%, 1.68%, sorry, and it closed today's trading session at 12,034 points. I am going to pull up here the 3-year chart. And the bulls found support today. This is an encouraging sign for the bulls. They found support at 11,800 points. This is a previous support back from late November of 2020, guys. Yes, 2020, not 2021. This is also a previous resistance back from October of 2020. So the fact that the bulls found support at a very at an easily identifiable previous area of support and resistance is encouraging. Now, in the most immediate term, they need to take on 12,200 points. This is a previous support back from November of 2020 and also a previous resistance back from October of 2020. So in the most immediate term, that is going to be the most important task for the bulls of the NDX. And as I just said, in the case of the S&P 500, guys, clear downtrend, declining moving averages. The Bears are in absolute control of the NDX until and unless, or maybe, if the Bulls can take on 12,600 points, a previous resistance back from May 17, then, and by doing so, they are going to be reconquering the 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart. That might be an encouraging sign that we might see some sort of sustainable, better market rally in the case of the NDX. But the NDX is also guilty, guys, until proven innocent. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Zoom. This is the only report that I already took a look at. So Zoom went down today during regular trading hours 0.46%, and it closed today's trading session at $89.33. And before I started to film this video, Zoom was on an absolute tear, and it is no longer on a tear, guys. So Zoom went up to almost $108, and now it is pulling back, and it is barely holding VWAP and the 180 SMA on the 1-day, 1-minute chart. So as of now, Zoom is up almost 6.44%, but the after hours rally seems to be fading. So what is going on over here? Let me see. So I have guidance. Okay, EPS came in at, let me see. Come on, Thinkorswim. Okay, EPS came in at $1.03, beating the estimate of 87 cents. Sales came in at $1.007 billion, beating the estimate of $1.07 billion. So sales came in pretty much in line, but they did beat on EPS and by a long shot. When it comes to guidance, I think that we have, okay, full year. So Zoom sees a full year 2023 EPS at $3.77 on revenue of $4.55 billion. So consensus when it comes to EPS is at $3.56, way lower relative to the EPS that Zoom is forecasting for full year 2023. And revenue is projected by Zoom at $4.55 billion versus $4.54 billion. So this was a beat across the board, guys. And they are posting a very solid guidance. So what could be happening over here tomorrow? Remind you guys, we are dealing with a bear market. All the companies that have posted good earnings have been, have ended going down. So probably Zoom won't be the exception to the rule. So as of now, the bulls are making a test of the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. That 100 for that. No, they were. Zoom is trading at $95 after hours, guys. So we can make the case that if the bull, this was a very decent report, guys. So let's see what happens tomorrow with the markets. And why? Well, because Zoom, the bulls are holding as of now $93 as support. This is a previous support back from mid-March. So if the bulls tomorrow start to consolidate slightly above $93 or 90%, that might be a sign that they are gathering momentum in order to make another push higher and potentially being able to fill the next gap up to the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart at $105. So if we can take a trade from $95-ish up to $105, this would be an 8% profit trade, nothing to sneeze at. RSI of Zoom at $58, 58 points. So this might be a potential scenario for tomorrow's trading session. And Vinco Ventures is going to be the second stock of this video. Goes up today 1.38% and closes today's trading session at $2.93. Another meme stock that has gotten absolutely killed. And Vinco Ventures is, it is up 3% after hours. So let me see what happens over here. Okay, EPS came in at $3.05, down from $1. This is a negative EPS, guys, by the way. $1.23. So this got to be a typo, guys, because Thinkorswim says that the EPS is down, negative EPS is down from $1.23, but $3.05. This is the money that this company is losing. So $3.05 implies that they are losing more money relative to a year ago. So this got to be a typo over here. Sales came in at $11.53 million, up from $2.56 million. So I don't have any competitive I think that we have a typo over here when it comes to EPS because EPS isn't down. Relative to last year, they are losing more money. But on the other side, on the other hand, they are revenue went up a lot relative to a year ago. So I mean that's all the information that I have available as of now. And what could be happen? I mean, BBIG is a bit higher after hours. So I mean, this chart doesn't say much. However, we can make the case that that the stock of this company has been consolidating slightly above $2.35. As of now, the bulls are trading after hours at $2.98. Watch out for $3, guys. $3 matches the 100-day moving average on the 4-hour chart. If the bulls can take on $3 on good volume and momentum, they might be potentially being able to fill the next important gap up to the 200-day moving average at $3.90. This would be something like a 24% profit trade. So this is going to be an interesting spot for BBIG tomorrow, guys. So keep a close watch on this 100-day moving average near $3 per share. And now let's go ahead and take a look at Best Buy, guys. The stock of this company is posting earnings tomorrow. And guys, you know, Bears went the Bears went absolutely nuts today buying put options. So everyone is assuming that Best Buy is going to fall off a cliff. Tomorrow, I went to a Best Buy store yesterday. Very few people inside the shop. No one was, buying anything. The cashiers were falling asleep. So I think that I mean, what's going about a Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. or something like that? That's a very, very bad sign, to say the least. So Best Buy went up today 0.32%, and it closed today's trading session at $72.59. So what could be potentially happening over here tomorrow if Best Buy happens to fall off a cliff? I'm thinking that the next important support is going to be at $62. This is a previous support back from September of 2019. Jesus Christ. And if they happen to post a good report, which I don't think is going to be the case, I highly doubt it, taking into account what I saw in the store that I went to yesterday. So watch out for $75. $75 is a previous support back from June of 2020, because if the bulls of Best Buy can take on $75 after having posting or after a good report was posted, then we have a nice gap up to a former support at $84. $84 happens to be a previous support back from January of 2020. So if any of you were able to take a trade on Best Buy on good earnings from $75 up to $84, this would be sorry, I didn't pull up, my pencil. So this would be a 10% profit. So a lot of people are going to be keeping a close watch on Best Buy tomorrow, pre-market, and with BBY. I am going to wrap up this video. Thank you very much for your attention, and thank you very much for hanging out with me once again. Remember and keep in mind, guys, that here on the Bilingual Stock Market channel, we are posting stock market update videos Mondays through Thursdays. Mondays through Thursdays, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. So if you want to get all of the notifications of all of our videos in a timely manner, you have to be subscribed to this YouTube channel, but you also need to activate the notification bell right up there. Follow us on Instagram as well, guys, at Bilingual Stock Market. And remember, this is the Bilingual Stock Market channel, the YouTube channel, in which we talk about the markets, but we do things differently because we talk about the markets in 2 different languages, English and Spanish. So you can pick your preferred language, but most importantly, this is the YouTube channel in which we know that the wonderful world of Wall Street is not for geniuses, it is for entrepreneurs, just like you guys and myself. My name is Alvaro, and I will see you guys tomorrow, along with my friend Mario, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. Peace out. Bye, guys.